you doing? Jeff here. It's not your fault, Yankee Jeff. I'm loving these soft white underbelly videos because they really show both sides of the addiction story, the beginning, the recovery, and hopefully the end, recovery long term. This channel that I discovered, this soft white underbelly, I've done a couple of these videos so far, and this one here is a young lady named Antoinette who's battling addiction with cocaine. But before we get into that, like, subscribe. Why do you guys subscribe? Subscribe so the content goes from here up to here. The more people subscribe, more people will see it. Possibly a life can be saved. I'm me, you're you. Let's get into it. And again, I'm new at this whole recording thing, so if it's all pish-poshy, mishy-mashy, bear with me here. I'm on a Commodore 63, not even a 64, it's a 63. So, come on, give a guy a break.
All right, Antoinette. Antoinette, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I actually grew up here in California in a small town called Ventura. But I've been in Idaho for the last 13 years.
Tell me about your family.
I have a brother and my mom and dad. And about 10 years old, my dad left and moved to the East Coast. So then it became me, my mom, and my brother. My mom was a single mom. She worked a lot.
How would you describe your childhood?
I feel like my childhood was good up until my dad left. I feel like we were the quintessential. We just played sports. We were involved in school. My parents were involved. And when my parents got divorced, everything kind of fell apart.
Divorce is hard on kids.
She's very nervous.
How far? I actually have my associates.
What did you want to do?
Well, I always wanted to be a detective.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Worked in the paralegal. I was a paralegal for about 8 years until I started using.
And so that was roughly what age you started?
Well, I started using when I was young, but my addiction didn't get bad until the last couple of years.
How old are you now?
I'm 37.
37. And you're using
Cocaine.
cocaine, not crack.
Right.
Cocaine. I think you're the first cocaine user I've had on my channel. After doing thousands of these. What does cocaine do for you?
Takes me away from everything. Gives me that rush. Makes me feel alive. Makes me feel.
But not for a long time, right?
Right.
So you have to use again and again.
You're just chasing it.
And where is that addiction taking you? It's an expensive one sometimes, right?
Yeah. I sold my house like 4 years ago. Made almost $200,000 off of it, and I have nothing to show for it anymore. Everything's gone.
Are you working now?
No. I've been fired from the last 4 jobs I've had. Can't seem to hold a job together. I was always that person who was, growing up, I got in trouble after my dad left and spent some time in juvenile hall. And my family always told me, I was the bad one, the bad seed. So I went to school and got my degree in criminal justice to prove them wrong. But here I am with no job. Can't hold it together.
And you blame the coke for that?
I was in a shooting about 2 years ago, and that's when I started using, and my life has just totally turned upside down.
Do you feel like it was the separation of your parents that kind of made the cocaine something you wanted to use and use consistently?
I don't know. I never thought I would do hard drugs. I don't know.
but here you are, regardless. It's been how many years now?
That I've been using?
Yeah.
2 for solid 2 years.
Most expensive drug there is, cocaine. She said she sold her house, netted $200,000. Now she's broke. Not hard to believe. It's extremely expensive, and it's making a heck of a comeback in this country because people are looking for escapes. And unfortunately, drugs is always a great way to take a vacation from yourself for a while. But long term, it will end up killing you.
Pretty destructive 2 years now.
Very destructive.
Do you have kids?
I do. I have a son.
Where is he?
He's in Idaho. I have custody of him, and I have since he was a baby. And it's part of the reason I want to get clean. It's just he and I, so he's had to see firsthand everything that I go through, he goes through.
If you had your life to live over again, what would you have done differently?
So much. I wish I would have never touched Coke. I would definitely not have ever touched it. It's like once I touched it once, it was never ending.
Are there addicts in your family? No. And emotionally, what are you going through?
When I come down, I get emotional about everything. Just beat myself up. I don't even recognize myself in the mirror anymore. So it's just hard. I don't know myself. And I don't like that. I don't like who I am.
Do you have friends?
Few. Lost a lot of friends the last couple of years. I've lost everybody. My brother doesn't talk to me. I don't get to see my niece and nephew.
What do you think people that don't use hard drugs like this don't understand about addiction?
That addiction does not discriminate. Doesn't care who you are. Touch it once, you think it's not going to do that to you. You're not going to get addicted.
Say it again.
It's not going to happen to me,
Say it with your chest.
That's what I always thought. But that can't happen to me.
How are you supporting yourself now?
I don't know how I pay my rent every month. I sell drugs a little bit here and there, do small side jobs. And I don't know how I come together with it because I have no job. Every month, trying to get rent is scary. I need to get my life back together, because I don't like that feeling of not knowing where rent's going to come from. And 30 days goes by fast.
In this situation, when your back's against the wall, there are ways a woman can make money,
And I've done that.
but that's not an ideal way to go through life.
No. I did webcams for a little bit. I've traded sex for drugs. Things that I never thought I would do.
It's very common. It's not just you. Men do it too.
Doesn't make it any easier though.
No, I don't.
This is someone's daughter. This is someone's sister. This is someone's mother. Like she said, addiction is an equal opportunity employer. It will take anybody, no matter what your race, religion, color, marital status, or financial status. It'll take anyone it can get. It's not at all picky. This young lady is very brave to come on and tell her story like this. So let's let her finish talking.
Well, you have an opportunity now. You're going to a program.
Yeah. Cautiously optimistic, but I'm excited.
You're going today, right?
Yeah.
Great.
I'm super excited to go to the Uplift I reached out to Becky, and I have state insurance where I live now, and I didn't think that it would cover rehab. So when I reached out to Becky, I told her that, I had just the state insurance, so I wouldn't be able to go to rehab. And this whole time I've just wanted somebody to like pull me out of it, just help me. And everybody says that they can help you, but I don't know how to help myself, and they don't know how to help me. So Becky said, if you want this, doesn't matter if you don't have insurance. You want it bad enough, I'll make it happen for you. And so I said I did. But I'm scared
What's your biggest fear?
that I can't do it, that I can't stay clean.
Uplift is a very nice rehab, very nice facility.
I'm excited to go, but it almost feels like an out-of-body experience,
And I can say things like, oh, you'll get your son back, and you'll get your career back, and you get all these things back, but sometimes those are obvious, and they don't really help telling you that. I think sometimes this has more to do with your self-worth.
That's exactly it. But how do you love yourself? It's hard to learn that.
But if you get your head clear, sometimes you can see things more clearly, and you'll make better decisions.
I hope so.
Yeah, because you seem to have the ability to do the right thing. Just in the last couple of years,
Just the last couple.
you just the rest out and get back on track.
I hope so. I don't want to live like this anymore. Tired. My body's tired. My mind is tired. There's been so many. It's hard to pick one. The loneliness that it brings, I got so deep in my using that I sit and just use. It's not really fun to use by yourself, but here I am still doing it,
And the loneliness and the shame and all that just makes using an easy solution. But I can tell you, I think if you spent time in the rehab and got yourself clean, you'd feel some pride in accomplishing that. And that pride is something that can really help you keep the ball rolling and just stay on track.
You can do it.
I hope so. That's what Becky says.
You can do it.
Her.
Yeah. What have you learned? Crazy journey of self-destruction that you've been through.
Nobody can help you really, except for yourself. Gotta want it. Like happen, and I'll stay clean. But I never thought I would be here to begin with. So
You can do it.
Yeah, addiction picks on anybody. It's not just certain people or people with a history. It can be anybody. Well, Antoinette, I wish you all the luck in the world. I'm excited for you.
thank you.
You're going to a great place.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yes, and I realize is that the road to recovery, well, although it may be long and narrow, it's solid. It's on solid ground. And if she walks that walk, she'll eventually find herself smiling a lot more. What a wonderful woman. What a very amazing journey she's been on. I think there's also a part two, a follow-up with Antoinette. I'm going to see if I can find it, and I'll see if I can maybe react to that as well. Fingers crossed that she's doing well. So with that said, it does work if you work it. Keep coming back. Please say a prayer for the prayerless. Say a prayer for people like Antoinette that no one seems to care about. We care about you, Antoinette. We care about you. The more people that subscribe to this channel, the more people, that's a fact. The more this information gets out to other people will not make the same mistakes that Antoinette and myself made. So with that said, I ask you, please, please subscribe. Have a great evening. God bless you all, and we'll see you on the next one.